Okay, let's be honest. You are affirming, you're visualizing, you're trying to stay in the end and doing all of these formulas this manifestation gurus are telling you. And then one thing happens, and one text, one delay, one small shift in your reality, and suddenly you are spiraling again. And now you're thinking, why does this keep happening to me? And am I ruining my manifestation that every time I react? Because you can't stop your reactions, right? Let's talk about it. Because this is the exact thing that keeps you and most of my clients stuck. Here's the truth no one really tells you. You don't have a manifestation problem, okay? Because a lot of my clients come to me and they say that, oh, I don't think manifestation is for me. I don't think it's working for me. No, shut up. You have a reaction pattern problem, okay? Because you affirm all you want, but if every time your 3D shows up something you don't like, you immediately shift to overthinking and panic and checking for signs and then assuming the worst, and then you're reinforcing the old fucking story more than the new story. And why it feels nothing is sticking, that's the exact reason. Okay, now let me tell you why this happens. So with my countless years of experience in neuroscience, let's break it down. So your brain is not neutral, okay? It doesn't understand what is good and what is bad, what are good thoughts, what are bad thoughts. It's constantly trying to predict what's going to happen next. And this is based on something called predictive processing. So basically, your brain doesn't just observe reality, it's going to interpret and predict it based on what it already expects. Okay, so if your underlying assumption is this never works out for me, your brain is scanning for anything and everything that confirms. A late reply, see, something's wrong with me, I'm the problem. A short message, they're losing interest. And your brain is literally finding for signs in the reality about that. So it's not the situation, it's the meaning your brain is trying to assign that problem, okay? So this is the part which most people don't realize. Your reactions are trained through something called Hebbian learning in neuroscience. Every time you experience a trigger, you react with anxiety, you go into the same old spiraling thought. Your brain wires that pattern stronger. Okay, so over time it becomes automatic. Okay, so you're not choosing to spiral, but you've practiced it over the years, so that's going to eventually happen. And this is why advice like, oh, just ignore it, oh, just stay positive, feels very, very impossible, because you're not dealing with one thought here, you're dealing with a well-practiced neural pattern. Your brain is literally trying to keep you in what feels familiar. It's not its fault, okay? It's not your fault either. But even if it's not something you want, that is what's happening behind the scenes, okay? So what do you actually do now? You don't try to become perfect. You don't try to never react again, but more like you focus on how quickly you return to the new story. Because manifestation isn't about never reacting, okay? Every time you catch yourself, just shift back. You are weakening that old pattern and you're strengthening the new pattern. And this is literally how neuroplasticity works. For example, let's say something triggers you. And your first thought is, this is not working for me. Your old pattern will be spiraling, overthinking, checking the 3D, staying in the 3D for hours and trying to guess signs and clues. And a new pattern is notice it, interpret, and be like, oh, actually, no, that's not my favorable story, so that is not holding any value. I go back to affirmations, you know? So even if it feels fake in the start, please repeat, because repetition is what changes everything. Okay, this is the part people don't want to hear. Your results are not decided when you're calm, okay? They're decided in those triggered moments. That's where real state shows. So your 3D is not controlling you at all. It's reflecting what your mind is used to expecting. And if you react the same fucking way, you keep recreating the same fucking reality again and again and again, where SP is not choosing you, we are not having the money, we are not having the job, your dream school, whatever. And this is exactly where most people get stuck, because it's easy to affirm when they feel okay, right? But it's hard to correct yourself in real time when you are triggered. And that's literally what I help you do in my one-on-one live support calls. Like actually catching those patterns as they happen and shift them properly, because that moment right there, that's where everything changes or it stays the same. But see you in the next one.